The Browns just made a move that could haunt them for years. After Joe Flacco's shocking jump to the Bengals, whispers say Cincinnati wants Shedeur Sanders next, and Cleveland might actually let him go. If that happens, it's checkmate in the AFC North. Something's breaking in Cleveland tonight, and it's not just the playbook. After Joe Flacco's surprise move to Cincinnati, sources around the league are saying what Browns fans feared most. Shedeur Sanders' future in Cleveland is hanging by a thread. Multiple insiders, including voices close to the Bengals, front office, claim that Cincinnati has officially reached out about trading for Shedeur Sanders. And it's not just smoke. According to team sources, there's genuine interest, not as a developmental piece, but as a potential future starter behind Joe Burrow. Let that sink in. The same Browns organization that still won't even name Shedeur their QB2 might be about to lose him to their biggest AFC North rival. Think about the irony. The Browns draft Shedeur, bench him, question his readiness, and now the Bengals, the team that just stole Joe Flacco, want to give him a real shot.
Starts in place of Burrow and was lighting it up. And now, by the way,
let this go.
No, I'm just telling you, my take that Jake Browning is not so bad that the Bengals season is over is now led to Joe Flacco being acquired by the Browns, officially making this my worst take since I've returned to Disney and ESPN. So,
reports say Jimmy Haslam is furious. The locker room is confused. Even veteran players are asking what's going on with the quarterback rotation. And when Kevin Stefanski took the podium this week, he couldn't even confirm who his backup quarterback was. "We're still working through roster things," he said. Still working through? It's week 6, man. That one line, just 7 words, sent social media into chaos. Because if your head coach can't say Shedeur's name out loud as your QB2, it tells the whole league one thing: he doesn't trust him. But the real story isn't just mistrust. It's mismanagement. The Browns are quietly imploding, and Shedeur Sanders might be the one to expose it. As the Bengals push hard, fans are starting to ask, is this a rebuild or is it sabotage? Because if Shedeur leaves Cleveland and shines under Zach Taylor's system, it won't just be another Browns mistake. It'll be a franchise-defining embarrassment. This isn't a rumor anymore. It's a crossroads, and every insider knows something big is about to break.
Cleveland woke up to chaos this week. What should have been a normal post-game Monday turned into a media storm that has the Browns front office scrambling and fans questioning everything. They thought they knew about this team. It all started when Kevin Stefanski, the Browns head coach, was asked a simple question: is Shedeur Sanders your QB2 moving forward? And instead of giving a confident yes, Stefanski gave what might go down as the most confusing answer of the season. "We're still working through some roster things. I always want to do what's best for our players and their development." That was it. No confirmation, no clarity, no support. In just 15 seconds, Stefanski turned a quiet quarterback situation into a full-blown controversy. Because let's be honest, if you believe in your guy, you say it. If Shedeur was really part of the Browns' plan, Stefanski could have shut down all the noise right there. But he didn't. And that silence? It spoke volumes. Within hours, NFL insiders started dropping bombshells. Ian Rappaport tweeted that there's growing tension between Stefanski and certain players over the quarterback depth chart. Mary Kay Cabot, who's been reporting from inside Cleveland's locker room for years, confirmed that ownership is frustrated by the handling of Shedeur's development. And one AFC North insider added fuel to the fire by saying the Cincinnati Bengals have quietly inquired about Sanders' availability. At first, most fans laughed it off. There's no way the Browns would trade him. But then, the Bengals made a move that changed everything. They brought in Joe Flacco. Now, if you've been following the Browns this season, you know the Flacco saga runs deep. Flacco was supposed to be Cleveland's emergency veteran, the calm hand behind the chaos of Watson's injuries. But things soured fast. The Browns cut him loose, the Bengals swooped in, and suddenly the same guy who Cleveland gave up on is wearing orange and black, ready to line up against them in just a few weeks. And now, with reports that the Bengals are eyeing Shedeur as their next developmental QB, it's starting to feel less like coincidence and more like a statement. This is personal. Inside the Browns locker room, players aren't hiding their frustration anymore. One unnamed veteran told The Athletic, "It's hard to know what the plan is. Guys believe in Shedeur. He's been showing up, working hard, doing everything right. But when your coach won't even say your name when asked about your role, that's cold. Another player said it even more bluntly. It's disrespectful. He's earned more than this. And you know what? He has. Every source around Berea, the Browns' training facility, has echoed the same thing. Shedeur has been early to meetings, sharp in film study, and respected in the locker room. Tommy Rees, the team's offensive coordinator, praised his progress publicly just last week, saying, "You see him processing faster, learning the system better. He's been improving every week. But if that's true, then why won't Stefanski give him the QB2 spot?" The answer might be deeper than anyone wants to admit. Because here's what one insider told NFL Network. Stefanski doesn't just doubt Shedeur. He's afraid of what playing him might expose. See, if Shedeur comes in and performs well, it raises one very dangerous question for the Browns front office. Why are they paying Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed? Think about it. Watson's been inconsistent, he's been injured, and the team has spent more time explaining his absence than celebrating his performances. If Shedeur were to get a real shot, even for one game, and outplays Watson, the media circus would be unstoppable. That's why Stefanski caught in a no-win situation. Play Shedeur and risk proving your franchise quarterback isn't worth the money. Keep him benched and risk losing your locker room and your future. Meanwhile, the Bengals are watching all of this unfold like vultures circling a wounded rival. Sources close to Zach Taylor say Cincinnati's interest in Shedeur isn't new. They've been monitoring his situation since the preseason. Joe Burrow's recent injury scare has the Bengals evaluating every young QB on the market. And Shedeur, with his athleticism, arm talent, and NFL-ready poise, fits perfectly as a developmental piece behind Burrow. And get this, reports from Cincinnati. Inquirer claim that the Bengals front office believes Shedeur has a higher ceiling than several active backups in the league. They're not just interested, they're serious. Now here's where the story takes a wild turn. The Browns front office, led by Jimmy Haslam, is reportedly furious that this story leaked. Multiple reporters say Haslam believes someone inside the coaching staff deliberately leaked details to make Stefanski look bad. Why? Because ownership wanted Shedeur promoted to QB2 weeks ago. So now, there's a full-blown power struggle brewing inside the Browns organization, ownership versus coaching. On one side, you've got Haslam, who loves the Sanders brand. He sees the marketing potential, the jersey sales, the national attention. On the other, you've got Stefanski, the methodical coach who doesn't want hype. He wants control, and caught in the middle of it all? A 23-year-old rookie quarterback who just wants to play football. Shedeur been quiet publicly. No social media posts, no cryptic tweets, just silence. But according to people close to him, he's been frustrated. He feels like he's done everything they've asked. The irony is that Shedeur's maturity, the very thing critics said he lacked, is what's holding this whole situation together. The tension inside the Cleveland Browns' facility has reached a boiling point. And this isn't coming from rumors or anonymous social media sources. This is coming straight from inside the locker room. Players are fed up, coaches are divided, and for the first time all season, even the veterans, the quiet leaders who usually stay out of drama, are speaking up. According to Mary Kay Cabot from Cleveland.com, the moment Kevin Stefanski refused to confirm Shedeur Sanders as QB2, the energy in the locker room changed. Players looked around, shaking their heads. Some reportedly said out loud, "Here we go again," because this isn't new. Cleveland's been here before. The team has spent decades mismanaging quarterbacks, from Baker Mayfield to Johnny Manziel to Deshaun Watson. And every time, the same story unfolds. Front office chaos, poor communication, and a locker room that loses trust in the coaching staff. And now, history repeating itself. One Browns player told The Athletic, "It's like we're living in the same movie. New faces, same story. The guys believe in Shedeur, man. He's got respect. But if you can't even call him your number 2, what are we doing here?" That quote hit social media within minutes, and the reaction was explosive. Browns fans are torn. Half are demanding that Stefanski give Shedeur a real chance. The other half are defending the coach, saying he's protecting the rookie. But no matter which side you're on, one thing's clear. Cleveland is imploding in real time. And the Bengals? They can smell blood in the water. Reports from Paul Dehner Jr. at the Cincinnati Inquirer say Bengals GM Duke Tobin has already made exploratory calls about Shedeur Sanders' availability.
The offer on the table?
A conditional 4th-round pick that could escalate to a 3rd-rounder depending on performance. That might sound low, but for a rookie quarterback who hasn't even played a full NFL snap, It's a bold move, and it tells you just how serious the Bengals are. Let's break this down. The Bengals are watching Joe Burrow deal with lingering wrist issues. Jake Browning has been serviceable, but not elite.